Okay, so I want to talk about Marvel's Daredevil 2099. This was a one-shot that came out about 2004 with a series of one-shots to introduce characters in the year 2099. Now, you would think it would have connections to the original 2099 for Marvel Comics, but it doesn't. This is an alternate Earth that we are in. It is the year 2099, but this is Earth 2992. And there was a Daredevil in the original Marvel 2099 universe. That was Eric Nelson, except now we are going to focus on the Daredevil in this universe, who is the grandson of Wilson Fisk, and that would be Sam Fisk. He becomes Daredevil in the year 2099 in this universe. Now, when it came to this universe, it basically had a breaking point. And what I mean by that is there was a point in time where technically the world just got dark. See, originally the world was full of mutants and non-mutants, heroes across the board. But unfortunately, when it came to the governments, they felt like they should have the right to control mutants. Now, you did have the X-Men try to stand up against the governments. Then the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. Unfortunately, everybody lost. And when they lost, well, you then had Sentinels being made as a way to control the world, to help police the world, to make sure that there are no power beings at all in any parts of the world. If they are, they're locked away automatically. And so when it comes to heroes being made in this universe, they're trying to protect the innocent, but to also fight against corruption as well from the government. And so getting into the early pages of this story, we do pick up with Sam Fisk. Now, the first few pages really do help us get a better idea of who is Sam and what happened to his family, but what happened to Daredevil, Matt Murdock as well. And what I mean by that is, when it came to Matt Murdock, he was not in that big final battle with the heroes fighting against the government. Instead, he died way before that. Yeah, you heard that right. See, he died by the hands of the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk. He killed him off. And ever since then, it was a huge achievement for the Kingpin with the idea of killing off his worst enemy. And so when it comes to Sam, he tells us that he remembers the story so well about his grandfather killing off Matt Murdock, because every single holiday, every single family meetup, that story will be told over and over and over again. And so for Sam, he remembers every single detail so clearly. Now, with that being said, when it comes to Sam, he's trying to start a new beginning for his family legacy, a new start. And what I mean by that is, when it comes to his family, they're known as the kingpins of crime. But he hates that idea so much. He wants to actually help people. He wants to protect his city. And so this is him trying to leave the past life behind of crime and begin a new life as a hero, and bring the idea of heroes into his family and leave the crimes out of his family. Now, with that being said, while he's in his car right now, he does hear a call over the radio where you do have some innocent people right now being attacked and a mugging going wrong. And so it then gives us the chance to see Sam Fisk out there in the world as Daredevil. Now, he is nowhere near Matt Murdock's level. And what I mean by that is, when it came to Matt Murdock, he was a well-trained fighter. He was always out there making sure that he was ready to hit the streets. Except when it comes to Sam, he never got trained or never learned how to fight. And so unfortunately, when it comes to Sam, he has to rely on the suit. Yes, you heard that right. See, what he did was he created a suit to kind of help him in battle, to give him different kind of weapons to help protect him, but to also help protect the innocent people that he was trying to protect. And on top of that, when it comes to the weapons he wants to use, he tries to be like Matt Murdock, but unfortunately, he never got the training like Matt did, and so he has to use guns. Now, they're not lethal guns. They're non-lethal. Matter of fact, when it comes to the bullets, they do dissolve once they do hit blood. And so technically, he's not killing anyone at all. But it shows that because he was not trained at all to be a hero or to be a fighter, he has to rely on the suit to, one, help him fight, but two, protect him as well. And matter of fact, it shows he does get shot at. Matter of fact, he does get hit, but the suit is kind of like an armor. It protects him, he didn't die, and he was still able to take down the thugs. Now, we are able to learn more about Sam's home life. And what I mean by that is, by this point in his life, he is married and he has a child. The problem is though, his marriage is on the rocks. And the reason why? Because he's always out at night being Daredevil. Now, when it comes to his wife, she knows that he is Daredevil. As a matter of fact, he had promised her that he will stop being a hero and be home more often for their child. Now, when it comes to Sam, he believes that what he is doing is right, meaning that being out in the world as Daredevil, but not being home for his son. And the reason why? Because he believes that his son will understand what he is doing. That his son understands that his father is out there being a hero. But at the same time, though, it's kind of like you still have to be a father to your child. And that's her entire point of their argument. And so after a while, she gets so fed up. And once she realized that he was out again being Daredevil, she leaves. She says she's done and she goes somewhere else for the night, and we have no idea where she goes to for now. And so the next morning, you actually do have Sam say, let me go ahead, go out in the world and look for my wife. And the reason why, because she never did come back home last night after their huge argument, after she had left. Now, originally, he did not care. And the reason why? Because he was so confident in the idea that she'll just come back home and everything should be a-okay. Now, the reason why he thought that is because because he has money. That's why he thought that. He's all like, listen, I have so much money. There's no way that she'll leave me for just half the money. She wants all the money. And so, yeah, she would stay to get her hands on all my money. And so he was so confident in the idea that she'll come back, but she did not. And so he left his business meeting early to go look for her. He does put on his good old outfit, becomes Daredevil, and tries his best to find her. When he does find her, he finds out that she has been cheating on him with another man. Now, this could technically be said like, because you were not there for her, she found someone else who could constantly be there for her and show her love. Either way, once he does see his wife cheating, it makes him so upset, he needs to punch something. And so you do have Matt Murdock actually go out of his way to find a Sentinel. Now, when he does find one, it's really more of him just trying to release the anger he feels right now with the idea that his wife was with another man, somebody who is not him. And so because of that, he just goes crazy on this one Sentinel to the point where he's actually able to destroy it, which I guess not that hard thanks to his armor suit. Either way, after doing that, you do have more Sentinels arrive, and he realized that he has to leave because if he doesn't, well, most likely he'll be captured, killed off. Either way, he's out of there. But now he's kind of on a revenge path, and this revenge path is going to be very important here. And this really shows the dark side of Sam. And what I mean by that is you have Sam go to a bar. When he goes to this bar, he's well known at the bar as the boss. Because after his grandfather had died and his father had died, well, technically he inherited the entire business. And so everybody looks at him as the Kingpin. Nobody knows that at night he goes out there to fight as Daredevil. And so when they see him, they're kind of like, yeah, he's the boss. We're somewhat scared of him. I say somewhat. And the reason why? Because he has not killed many men like his father did or his grandfather did. But at the same time, they're still scared of him because he is the kingpin of crime, technically, at this point. Either way, when it comes to him going to this bar, he's looking for information. And that information is, of course, well, the man his wife is cheating on him with. He's all like, I want to find this man right now to have a conversation. And this really shows that no matter what you try to do, when it comes to being a Fisk, you're always going to go back down the dark path like Wilson Fisk or his father. And so this is Sam just slipping down the wrong path. And so after that meeting at the bar, when it comes to Sam's guys, they are able to find the guy that his wife has been cheating on him with. And so once they're able to find the guy, it's time for Sam to kill the guy off. Now, again, Sam was trying so hard to turn over a new leaf in his family. He wanted a new beginning for his family. No longer people who have dealing with crimes. They're just heroes, with him being the first hero in his family. But unfortunately, when it comes to being the grandson of the Kingpin, unfortunately, the family business is always going to be attached to you. And so we see him right now saying like, yeah, I hate the idea my wife is cheating on me, but at the same time, I still want to be a hero, but I hate the idea of this guy being able to get my wife. So I have to kill him off. And if I do kill him off, it's going to remind other criminals in the city that, hey, you should fear me because I am the grandson of the original Kingpin. It's him saying he has no choice but to continue on two legacies. Of course, the Kingpin and Matt Murdock, Daredevil. And this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. But guys, see y'all next time. Later.